Welcome to another episode of the Empowerment Perspective Podcast. I go by the name of Demiso Josie alongside.
Spencer's here.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well.
It's been a while, man.
It's been a really long time since the last time we've been on air.
I don't know what's going on. Actually, I do know what's going on. I had to take my wife on a retreat, try to get things right. You know what I'm saying? And I got to throw this scenario out to you because you are Mr. Petty.
I am petty.
I got to figure out
I'm petty.
if this situation is petty.
Throw it at me.
So me and my cousin, we took our wives down to Williamsburg, Virginia. First of all, we went down there and didn't see any of the battlefields and all that site stuff. So that's petty. That's number one. But we go to this establishment, let's say.
Okay.
Ladies walk in first. And I'm outside politicking and doing whatever I usually do with my cousin. So I walk in.
Yeah.
And I see this man looking at my wife, right?
Okay.
I was like, all right, whatever. So I made sure I made eye contact with him.
Okay.
So he knew I was with her and she was with me.
Yeah.
So then throughout the night, see him looking again.
Mm-hmm.
I make eye contact one more time with the dude.
Uh-huh.
So my night goes on. He has the audacity to approach my wife. Right?
Been there before. Uh-huh.
And me and my wife kind of got a little bit of an argument, not necessarily, but she was like, you didn't have any faith in me that I was just going to tell him to step off. But I had to approach him, right?
You was doing your man thing.
I wanted to go up there and say something because it was disrespectful.
Okay, ready to throw everything out the door.
At the door, right? Then I realized something.
Yes,
this
sir.
is my first time taking Uber, ever.
Ooh.
So I was against Uber.
Okay.
So then my cousin leaves,
Uh-huh.
and I'm there.
He knew about the situation?
He knew he had other issues going on. Let's put it that way.
Man, I had a rough night. Okay.
He leaves. So I'm sitting there about to approach this young man.
Yes.
And then I realized something. I would have to call an Uber
Yes,
to come
absolutely.
pick me up
Yes.
if something happened.
Yes, that means you're grown.
I'm grown.
You're growing, yes.
So you think my approaching him was petty in nature?
I think the way you handled the situation was petty. Because this is me. I want him to come and spit his game. Just so I can hear what he has to say, just because I want to take some stuff. Then so my wife can say no, and then we can step on.
I would agree with that if we didn't make eye contact and he like we
you should
do.
invite him over. Boy, shot a Hennessy or something. Come on, get a drink.
Now I'm paying for him too?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be a baller. So let me know that, listen, this is not cheap.
I got it. Uber going wrong. That's what we're going to call it.
Absolutely.
So our previous podcast, we talked about the state of education. That was part 2.
Yes.
The first one, we had a couple guests on and kind of got deep, and I felt like we needed to go a little deeper. So we switched over and got some more educators in.
Yes.
Retired person and principal and art
counselor.
teacher and another school counselor. Your thoughts on that podcast?
I think that in essence, it was a really good conversation that we had. I think that everybody has their own different perspective on how education is going and the direction that it's going. But I will say this, we definitely need to have a think tank and start developing a little bit more plans, because I don't think that direction that we're heading right now is going to be really beneficial to our kids.
I agree. And I just want people to understand the purpose of this podcast, and so that we can get a following, so that we can actually do some major things in a lot of communities. And it's part of the reason why we're hitting the road, too. So this is bigger. The Empowerment Perspective is bigger than this podcast. So this is definitely not the end. It's just a matter of getting information out to people and gathering like-minded people. We have 2 lovely ladies in the building today. We'll get to them in a second.
Okay.
And there's a reason why we got all this birthday stuff, and I'm wearing this corny hat on my head and everything else. So, and I don't even know what that is, but
well, this is a noise maker.
Clackers, they call clackers.
Claggers. Okay, I gotta have the official term.
it looked like my daughter would use that.
She would. We used to play with when we was young.
So I mean, it's our special. I want to say our friends that we have today. She's going at it. She's going in.
We used to play with these. They had them in all sizes. We used to play with them.
That's impressive.
It was a hood favorite.
Are you double dutching while you was doing it at the same time?
We could.
I could.
We could.
Let me make sure they own.
Man, that is impressive.
Some suspense. Let's
Yes, sir.
introduce your guest today.
Listen, I first I got to turn that music on. This is the music that they asked for. But more importantly, I want to say this: these 2 fabulous women, I want to call them. Oh, wrong song, ladies. We gotta back it up. Well, I'll say this: these.
Tell them why you mad,
Tell them why you mad.
Tell them why you mad, sir.
Listen,
My stuff more John Blaze than that. My stuff more John Blaze than that. Like, I'ma chill.
You are mad.
We got a
Kicking
problem.
the door.
We do. All right, so what I have is 2 fabulous, outstanding women. You know, they're classy and they're sassy. And the program that they have is outstanding. They have Princess Inc. in the building. Let's make
some noise, Princess Inc.
And it's their birthday. So, I mean, I'm just excited to have them. I've been trying to get them since January. But now they're here, and I'm happy to be able to celebrate their 7th birthday for Princess Inc.
That's awesome. I wish I had some more noise makers. Let's see if we can do this thing here.
Listen, I don't have no idea how...
You got us all in the wrist or something. I don't know. There it is.
They're a little stiff.
Yeah.
You gotta work them out.
Is that what it is? You got to break them in?
Can somebody tell me what Princess Inc. is and the purpose and why it was created?
Absolutely.
Princess Inc. is a nonprofit organization really focused on cultivating young ladies towards excellence. Conception and implementation started in 2011. We are looking to continue to just inspire young ladies. So we're focusing on like self-efficacy and self-esteem. But most importantly, we've just created a new component that has gotten bigger than we had even ever imagined, and that's the community service piece. So we were already doing community service, but now we're creating our own community service opportunities for the girls, and so we're teaching them to pay it forward as well. So they like that.
Where are you based out of?
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City. She said that with some pride. I like that. She's good.
Atlantic City.
So what was the inspiration of it? Like, why did you come up with this concept?
The inspiration behind it was, are we being 100 today?
Yeah, well,
For the 7,000 followers, because when Autumn and I leave Princess Inc., when we leave the building, then you're going to have 8,000 followers.
Let's do it.
Is that what we're trying to do?
That's what we're trying to do.
Okay, so the inspiration behind Princess Inc. was that I was in a marriage that was horrible.
Okay, hold on one second. If I bust this lid right now, it's gonna be a distraction.
Not at all.
Go chop it up.
Okay. Is this ice cream cake, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I need to eat while you tell the story.
Yeah, because it's about to get ice cold.
It's ice cold. How cold?
Ice cold. Say no. But I was in a challenging marriage at the time, and so I had some things kind of going on. And like I share with everybody else, the narrative pretty much is one day I was in the shower, I saw some other things that were happening in the community, even while I was going through my own stuff, and the mighty voice, like God or Allah, whatever everybody's calling him, said to me that I was going to be okay because I was his daughter, which makes me a princess.
Got you.
So that's the deep side. And then I called my best friend, business partner, kind of shared with her what the vision was, and we got it popping, and we haven't looked back.
That's all. So why did you decide to join Princess Inc.? I know your friend came to you with the idea. Why did you decide to jump on board?
Well, in the midst of her having this whole marriage thing, I started feeling like I wasn't accomplished enough. And I just really didn't like how it felt. And I started wanting to volunteer and do things in the community, but I never really actively made any moves. I just knew it was something else that I should be doing. So then when she called me with it, it was just divine synchronization.
Yeah, I agree.
And when you said that you didn't feel accomplished, a lot of people tell me that I don't feel comfortable where I am in my life. Like, what does that mean to feel accomplished? And how did you find that opportunity? It just kind of, were you seeking it, or it just kind of came to you?
It's a feeling. I mean, you just know when some stuff ain't right. It's just a feeling. So I just kept feeling like I know it's so much more I could be doing with my time. I mean, I go to work every day and I'm social and I have a social life, but then what else is there? It got to be something more. So, and to be quite honest, since we keep it all the way, we keep it 200.
200. Okay, we doubled
right now. Indra and I had a season of, so we've been friends since we were 5 years old. Grew up in the same neighborhood. Became like really on the west side.
Okay.
Big ups to the west side.
And then we, in high school, freshman year, got real close, turned into this bestie situation, college, all that. But by the time we hit like our early 20s, it just was kind of a separation, but not because of anything intentional, just people move apart. So she and I hadn't really had a close relationship like that, maybe for like 3 years or 4 years. It was some time like that. We really weren't in connection with each other. But when she called me, it was amid this time with the marriage, but the conversations kind of started out slow. It was like a call here and then a call there, and then one day it was a come over to my house, I'm a cook, I got something I want to show you, and now we're married.
So I'm curious, how did you select Autumn? Like, out of all the people, your wide range of connections that you have?
I was the best fit.
Yeah, and you know what?
Really?
Because I would I mean, I gotta be extremely honest, even in regards to like, the little 3 or 4 year hiatus we had, just kind of being extremely mature now, the detour can happen really fast when you're not connected to the right person. So I wasn't connected to the right person in the marriage sense and intimately.
Yeah.
And so once I started realizing that kind of created the momentum to do Princess Inc. And I knew it was nobody else in the world, whether I talked to her, hadn't talked to her in 72 months.
Right.
That I would want to do it with, but her.
Got you. So let's talk about the programs of what you're doing with Princess Inc. Like, what are some of the things that you guys have done and plan to do in the future?
We want to do everything.
Oh my goodness. Woo! And you know what? I can't say we've done it all, but we've done quite a lot in 7 years. So we do an annual scholarship. So already we've given out close to like $9,000
Impressive.
to deserving high school students who are college bound.
Let's make some noise for that. That's actually impressive.
That's right, because it's folks out here that's saying that they doing stuff, but ain't a whole lot of people out here giving kids no money.
You right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've done that. Most recently, we've partnered with Dr. Bray. He's a local orthodontist, and he has, he's the conduit in this area for an initiative called Smile for a Lifetime that is helping at-risk or urban students who are underserved and need cosmetic, dental
Work. Okay.
dental work free of charge. But what they have to do is
You said free.
I'm saying free like free. How you say free in Spanish, please?
Free. Any language.
Yeah, free.
Language is free.
It's free.
Oh, okay.
And so, but in exchange, they got to commit to doing 40 hours of community service with Princess Inc. So we've already
3 girls got scholarships.
3 young ladies, and our 3rd young lady today just told me that she is scheduled to get her braces and her surgery
Really?
on the 4th of May.
Really?
She's extremely happy.
That's awesome.
I'm looking for 10 more kids for the program.
We're looking for 10 more kids. Listen, appearance impacts performance.
It does.
If you can't afford to take your kids to go to the dentist, or you are struggling with the Medicare and Medicaid and the healthcare system, holler at us. Girls or boys.
How they get in contact with you? We can start that now. We're going to do that later, but since you brought that up.
Would you gentlemen like ice cream cake?
I'm allergic to chocolate.
Yeah, I'm good.
609-287-4235. Go to our website, www.princessinc.org. That's PRINCESSINC.ORG.
Am I spelling it Jeezy for real?
No, don't spell it Jeezy for real, y'all.
No, I'm just
That's just a G. That's just a G.
Your peoples would don't spell it Jesus.
G-E.
They be like, introduce say Jeezy, right? Cut it up. Jeezy, J-E. It's like, nah.
Nah, that's funny. Now I'm gonna take it on a personal level for me because I have 2 daughters, as I mentioned off air. They are young ladies. They're 9 and 7. But as a father, and I struggle because I don't know what it's like to be a female. You know what I'm saying? But how can I prepare my young ladies? I guess it's for the trials and tribulations as a woman from a father's perspective. They have a great mother and everything, but I feel like they need to hear from the father too. So, how can I give them some tools? And what can I teach them some gems on how to prepare to be, a powerful, independent woman that I want them to be?
You gotta have heart space for your daughters.
Say that one more time.
You have to have heart space for your daughters. When I say heart space, I mean be emotionally available. A lot of our men, y'all go to work. Okay, you go to work. You take care of the kids, you work a bunch of jobs, and you do all this stuff to make sure that all of our physical needs and like the opportunities are there. So you'll go get a job at a college so your daughters can go to school for free. You'll do something like that. That's the type of sacrifice that you make. And it's not a bad sacrifice, but then it seems that a lot of our dads neglect the other sacrifice, which is the love part. Because you think our mothers are there to nurture us and to love us, that we only need them. And that's not really true.
I absolutely agree with Autumn, but I would add too, just from being a mother and now someone who is single parenting, I would say continue to love their mom. You got to continue to love their mom down in front of them. As long as you do that,
right?
Because that's like they'll read that.
Right. It's interesting you should say that because somebody told me a long time that I'm the first man that my daughters will ever know.
Yep.
So I have to make sure that I set that role model and be available for them. Me and my daughters go on daddy-daughter dates all the time. I got one tomorrow, as a matter of fact. We're going to dress up, we're going to go out and spend some quality time one-on-one. And I think a lot of fathers out here are missing that, especially when they have young ladies. It's easy for the men to spend time with their son, go out in the backyard, play catch and all that other stuff. But you need to learn how to have those difficult conversations with them too. You know, we had conversations about boys, and it kind of took me into space. I'm like, oh, I'm there already, and she getting giddy about this little boy up there. Let me tell you what the qualities that you should. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is the qualities you should be looking for, and this is what you need to be prepared for. But I think a lot of fathers that are out there are missing that connection, especially when they're dealing with their daughters and things. A lot of these men that at least I come across, they have this perception that, you know, I'm the man, I should be providing for the family, and that's my role, and that's the end of it. And they're neglecting the wife in front of the kids and all that other stuff, and they pick up on all that stuff. So me personally, I'm trying to set an example for what a man is supposed to be in their lives, and I'm trying to make it difficult for these young men out here too, who be like, listen,
raise the bar.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is that they really don't know how. So especially when you have a young father, because I run into quite a few of them often, and they just don't know how to be able to tap into that emotion, that love that Alden was speaking of. Like, that has to be somebody in their lives that actually have to show them and explain it to them how it's supposed to be done.
Autumn and I, we got like a little theory. We think we're theorists at night during our little happy hours. But, you know, we say all the time, you know, we got a lot of stuff going on now because not a lot, most of these young men aren't watching their dads love their moms. And vice versa. They're not seeing it because the family structure in the black community is so broken up. And so that's real. Because the first signs and the first examples that you get of even being in a healthy relationship, forget loving, just healthy relationship, starts at home.
So, but since we're on this topic of family, and what are the qualities of a healthy family? I'm going to break it down simple, because there's a lot of people out there say, I want a happy family and a healthy family, but they don't necessarily know what that looks like. So when you have a lot of these men out here that don't know what it looks like, they're going to be on their own vices and reach back to what they assume to be healthy. So what is it that is a healthy family unit? What does that look like on a very fundamental level?
Are you talking about what's real now today, or are you talking about what it should be?
What
like?
It should be.
Well, I guess with all things being equal, and you have that financial structure that you need, because at least for a man, let's just say, at least me, I can only speak for myself, I don't feel as manly if my money ain't right. Now, I'm going to be quite honest with you. If I'm broke, I have other issues I need to take care of first before I can tap into the love.
Right.
So if the financial stability is there and you have a partner and she's financially stable, because it really takes two. Once that is taken care of, you meet the immediate needs. Now you can actually talk about loving someone else, which is a third party, which can be a son or a daughter. But you first have to make sure that both parties' immediate needs are met first.
Anybody else want to pitch in?
You want to say something? I'll say something after you.
Go ahead. I'm thinking.
Well, I would say I'm absolutely not disagreeing with Kareem, because I mean, when you start talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I mean, starting at the basic,
right.
certain needs do need to be met. But I mean, since we all doing it for the culture and talking about us as black folk, you know, when you go back and looking at shows like Good Times, they didn't have much money, but I would still say that wasn't an unhealthy family structure. They had a mom and a dad, they had siblings, they had good times, like they still had good times, like life was still good. So what I would actually say is, and again, I can only really speak from my own experience, and I have a mother who's been married twice, and actually now free as a bird again because both husbands have died. She's in Costa Rica right now. Shout out to you, Mom, living your best life.
That's big.
But you know what? So I think too, as a parent, you got to live by example.
Right.
And so even in my home right now, in Autumn plays an extremely large part of that. I would say we run a healthy household. It's not a man there, so I'm not necessarily saying that it's complete, because healthy doesn't always necessarily mean complete in a sense.
Right.
But we are extremely encouraging. So Journey is seeing so many messages of strong black women, love and laughter. We rarely argue. Actually, we don't argue at all. So it's never like any animosity or tension. Aside if she starts cutting up and trying, get on the computer before she does her homework. But even in the chastisement, it's still in love.
Right.
And I encourage her to be her very best. She's into like the arts and DIY stuff, and the MUA, the makeup, and so I just I allow her to explore that. She's grown with Princess Inc. We say that she's Princess's sister. So I think that a healthy family structure really depends on how intentional you are. You got to be deliberately intentional. It got to be a whole lot of positive feed and like just
Positive psychology.
yeah. We're big on positive psychology.
Positive psychology.
Yeah.
And do you think the system, I'm just going to speak in general about the system is set up and designed for the failure of the family structure.
Yes.
I say that because it kind of ties in with what you were saying. Like, I have to get out there, I have to work, I got to go out there and keep the lights on and all this other stuff. You putting so much strain on me or the family unit to do those, to provide the necessities, which are expensive now and getting more expensive, that we don't have the time to have those quality moments and things. So you think the system is designed to sort of
Yes, they spend almost $10 to $15 billion yearly marketing just to kids. And no parent in the world, and I don't have children, but no parent wants to disappoint their child and not be able to give them something. Because when they go to school and they're around their peers, now their self-esteem starts to be affected. Why? Because their friends have stuff and they want stuff.
Man, I gotta watch my mouth because I feel like saying something real quick.
I don't see it like that, but I'm not disagreeing with you, and you can be petty with me.
No, I'm saying, listen, it's not.
I mean, I'm not saying that that's not the case because you got some kids that are like that. Somebody got J's, they want J's. But again, it still starts from the modeling from the parent. And so the thing is this. Now, Journey don't even really know what Jordans are. And I wear them because I can wear them because I work. But I ain't never bought her a pair of Jordans. She's getting all the light up sneakers for $5 from Family Dollar. She's still the cutest and the cleanest in the class. I don't even watch cable television. I haven't watched cable television since Journey's been alive. I haven't watched cable television in at least 10 years. So she has her little Wii hooked up to the TV where she can tap into little Netflix stuff, her little kitty stuff. But I don't feel that even at 7 she feels any less relevant in class because she's still the coolest and the most relevant kid in the class because I've already shaped that life is good with what we have. Like what you got, even if it was $2, you still fly. Like that's still it. Like you know what I mean? So I think that you gotta create the standard and you gotta model it. You know what I mean? You gotta create your own culture really. And that starts at home.
It's huge. Building that self-worth is huge, especially starting real young. And like you said, it's a model and learned behavior. You know, my daughter is at the point now where she don't really care about no Jordans or whatever, as long as it's clean and I'm good, and she can go wearing sweatpants and whatever, it doesn't matter. But myself and my wife are like that. So that's kind of how she's going. The other piece is that I'm teaching her now, you got to work for the things that you want in life. Yep. So it's like, all right, Dad, can I get a couple extra dollars if I vacuum your bedroom now? So I ain't playing that game yet. We ain't on that level, but at least your mind is thinking, all right, if she wants a computer, I could go out and buy 20 computers right now if I really wanted to, but no, you going to get this, you're going to save you a little money, you're going to pitch in. So that self-worth and that work ethic, you can develop those in those kids, but they're learning it from the parents. It starts with that. Like, and I'll give you a perfect example, and it's kind of a different topic. I go to the gym every morning like 4:30. I'm up going to the gym, getting at it. It's gotten to the point my daughter was like, she's a cheerleader. She gets up at 5 o'clock. I was like, why you getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning? I got to do my pull-ups and sit-ups and do. She's modeling what she see me do. So, as parents, we got to be conscious of that 24/7. I mean, of course, we all got bad habits, and I beat myself up sometimes like, should I really be doing this right now? But I got to teach her about it too at the same time. Like, you recognize what your bad habits are and you try to deal with it and change it.
You want this cake?
Yeah, you chopping that cake up.
It's delicious. You want this cake?
It's Friday too.
No, I get it.
No, I mean, did you go and pick out the cake or
Yes.
not? Oh, you did a good job.
Oh, thank you for that.
You thought you made the cake?
No, I
thought she was keeping after you want some cake? No, I'm allergic to cake.
She's saying that he really tapped into what we would like. This whole feminism.
I got you.
You tapped into it.
So did somebody help you or you did it all on your own?
This go to the store. I don't.
Did you have to ask questions when you got in the store or you knew?
No.
Well, good, Kareem, good.
But you did probably say, like, when you put Happy Birthday Princess Ink, can you put it in red?
No, I told her pink.
See? That's what we're saying. Yeah. You was deliberate. We appreciate you.
Being deliberate.
I'm not too sure where they're going with this. I don't really feel comfortable right now. I feel like I'm being set up by something.
Hey, I'm just riding with my peoples.
We have a slideshow, and 20 minutes ago, my name was in pink. I'm like, no, I want black. Give me all black. I want all black. So
don't be like that.
Don't be like that.
That's petty.
That's petty.
Don't be petty, Abdul-Jabbar.
That's petty.
Don't do that.
Listen,
Listen, says you being petty.
I am petty.
but claiming it.
I am. Listen, I know who I am.
That is interesting.
But the other thing is that when you talk about a family, whatever it is that the family values is what the kid is going to deem to be important. So if academics is something that they hold really strong to, then academics is going to be very valuable. Because even like I've seen kids that will sit and read a book. Then I've seen other kids that will sit and play on the PlayStation for 5-6 hours.
And I think you need to be deliberate. Like me and my family, every once in a while, we put a list up of this is what our family slogan is, and this is what our values are, and this is what we're going and go get. And again, I keep going back to it being model. Education is so important in my house because they see us, me and my wife, studying and doing things that we need to do, get your homework done, and now it's not a fight.
Yes.
It's not a fight anymore. My daughter's doing when I come home, all right, it's got to be out on the table. Daddy's got to check it or mommy got to check it, and then we keep it moving. My youngest one, sometimes, I mean, she still got a little bit of me in her, so she'll fight just to fight. But at the end of the day, they know that they need to do the work, and they get upset when they forget their homework. I said, I know I got something now. You crying because you forgot your folder in school. Daddy, let me go get this folder. All right, come on, let's get in the car. We go get the folder. But so let's get back to the scholarships for a second. What are the qualifications for somebody to apply for the scholarship?
They have to be a high school senior, and then Autumn typically checks all the other like prerequisites, but they have to already be accepted to like are we still doing community college or no? Yeah, to a 2 or 4 year institution.
2.5.
They got to be 2.5 GPA.
They have to have a history of community service.
A history of community service, and then they do essay. Yep.
How many words? Because kids nowadays don't like to write.
That is the
That's
kids.
terrible.
It's usually between 250 and 500.
It's not bad. That's automatic disqualifier for somebody that doesn't like to write.
Yeah, ain't right.
You can't do this. No, I want to do it.
But we're going to put you on the spot because we do this with everybody that we have on our show. So the Palmer Perspective is more than the podcast. We're going to be, hopefully in the fall, we're working on a retreat for young ladies and young men.
Yes.
And we want y'all to be a part of it and
wow.
bring them out and educate them. So on air right now, we need an answer. Are you in? Are you not? Or maybe or not in?
We'll need more details.
What you need? You can ask questions right now.
When, where, what's the requirement? What's the commitment you looking for from us? How long will we be there?
Weekend.
Where at? We going like camping?
What's the weekend? Friday to Sunday or Saturday to Sunday?
Friday, Saturday. You home on Sunday.
Okay, where?
And then you're gonna need us as chaperones.
You bringing your girls.
Okay. Who's gonna do the curriculum and like the icebreakers and all those kind of activities?
That's where the empowerment perspective come in. So you guys will probably be, definitely having a session
Okay.
in there and getting these young ladies together.
We're gonna host our own workshop.
I like it. Like a teen retreat.
Yeah,
I
like
like
a
it.
team retreat.
I'll be in the back like the enforcer.
Yeah. I'm just asking that we do a whole lot of different activities because we've just started doing that too, making sure that during our member intake process that we do something physical. So we did like paintball fighting. We climbed the Ipsecan Lighthouse. So I'm here canoeing, zip lining.
I can't swim. Yep. I ain't getting in nobody's boat.
She's not doing that. She's gonna enforce it from land.
How you can't swim from the city?
Whoa.
West side?
It sounds like you hit a nerve.
Okay.
If she gets in the water, I'll
12
save
feet,
her.
diving board.
I went to LA Star Sick.
Oh, okay.
Jim Whalen, rest in peace, did not
Okay.
teach me how to swim.
And
All
you
my
got it.
little neighborhood
Something
cronies.
must be picking up your phone. There you go.
Okay, so you was with Sister Seamus and Star.
You just started saying?
No.
He's a creep.
You're a creep to the max.
I got no stuff.
I'm gonna give her some more biggie.
Because I know stuff.
How do you know Sister Seamus?
You at the door. No Sister Seamus. I get
So
around.
what was the dog's name?
Star.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Spence. You're a creep. And I don't even know where you came from.
Demiso,
And I
where'd you get him from?
Yeah, where'd you find him?
Y'all send him to us.
Wow. Because I know stuff?
Did you go to Star to Sing?
No.
How do you know stuff?
Guidance counselors do turn into creeps, though. Somebody called me a creep today. You're a creep.
You're a creep.
It's like that.
You're a guidance
It's like
counselor?
that. It's like that
Wait a
investigative
minute.
spirit. Yeah, that's how I know him.
Really?
Yeah, please.
Oh, God.
I'm her favorite counselor.
No, you
That's
ain't.
what he says, but he's not.
He ain't.
He's out of control.
I am.
In a
I'm
real
her
way.
favorite counselor.
So you're petty and a creep.
No, I'm not taking
you're
it.
aggressive creep.
I am not
Aggressive
taking
creep.
it. No.
Is this ours?
Yeah.
Okay.
He don't
All
eat
is like.
chocolate.
I just want to
I am not.
out
I'm
the
not
top.
taking the creep thing. No, I'm not. You can't call me a creep because I know stuff.
Listen, you know Sister Seamus and the dog,
Yes.
But you ain't go there.
but you ain't go there?
My nephew went there.
Who's your nephew?
Jabril Mason.
Oh, he's younger than me.
What is going on here? Getting a lot of static from somewhere, but we'll keep it moving. Just want to plug a couple of books and people that are writing
talk about
things.
the book.
I forgot the book.
Yeah, talk about the book.
I didn't bring it because he was supposed to bring it.
Yeah, it's in the car. I'm sorry.
Well, we can talk about it though.
Well, I liked all those questions that y'all text us too. When we gonna get into that?
I didn't text you any questions,
The group did.
Wasn't you in the chat by then? And I was calling you Dave.
but I didn't answer any questions.
What questions would you like to answer?
Do we cry?
Yeah, do you cry?
I answered that already though. You keep trying to put stuff on the air that we might.
I didn't bring it up. She brought that up.
That was the first.
That was the only one that we remembered.
And
That's the
are
one
we
that I
petty?
answered.
Because you on this petty kick. Because you want somebody to be petty like you.
I
All
do.
tit for tat.
I do. I really do
Why?
want. Why?
It's so unhealthy.
Are you-
That's how
are you
unhealthy
only child?
relationships start.
Wait a minute.
That's how unhealthy relationships start. Because you're around here wanting people to be petty like you, so they
I am
can
petty.
so you can be in a house mimicking petty behavior, so the kids can see the petty behavior, and
And the kids will be petty.
then the kids gonna be petty.
You raise petty kids.
Petty man, and petty woman.
I had
Then have a
7
petty
nephews.
dog.
Yeah, a petty dog.
I got 7 nephews and they all petty.
See?
That's sad.
Then you come from a petty family.
You do.
like
the
that.
whole,
Do come from a petty family.
the whole lot of you.
You know my cousin.
He's petty. He's petty. Like, just, see, and this is.
So
Now it's- now it's on.
are you going to ask your question that you always ask?
Questions in the text message.
Now the original question that we always ask everybody, since they calling you petty, don't you want to know if they're petty?
I already know they petty. Listen,
not,
my
though.
petty
We
senses. My petty senses already went up.
Jimmy, so we are not.
They in denial.
He claims everybody's in denial that says that.
We are not.
Because he over here trying to create unhealthy relationships with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in this, but he's a guy.
I'm about to say you guys.
But you're counseling and guiding the kids.
We are not
I'm
petty.
scared. What school you work at?
No, we're not saying it.
No.
We're gonna edit that out of it.
No. Strike that
We're
question.
gonna edit that out of it. Absolutely.
All right, tell us about this Double Dutch event. Can we talk about that for a little bit? Because that's coming up soon, right?
The weekend of June 8th. Yes. So it is.
Shout out to Layla Little.
Indra and I wanted to do. Okay. Back it up. Browns Park was horrible in Atlantic City for 40 years.
Please, dope fiend galore.
The powers
Strike
that
that from the
be,
record.
No, keep that on the record.
because it's real.
It's real. That's in the paper.
Yeah. So
You just told me everything in the paper's not true.
Well, we live in Atlantic City.
I used to live in Atlantic City.
My dad got a high in
Shout out
Browns
to
Park.
BAC.
ain't from the courts. Oh, okay. So
He's petty and hood.
he's petty and hood, but he went to school.
Is it possible to be
Working on a second master's degree.
And he's
But he
working
can't read.
But he can't read.
It's a bar contradiction.
You like a unicorn? How can you be petty? From
like a unicorn.
Listen, they call me creep because I know stuff.
we talking about the jump rope thing first.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, yeah,
Let's
Jimmy.
try
So,
to get back
We
on
can
it.
get-
Jimmy, so get us back in.
All right, so go ahead.
And Indra and I had always had a desire to do something in Browns Park. Like,
We was gonna buy Browns Park ourselves and
fix-
redevelop it.
Yeah, redevelop it ourselves.
We had already put that in the universe, and then the universe did it for us.
And so the first thing that needed to be done is something that we wanted to have in the park after they opened it last year. So what was that?
So we were the very first event after their like ribbon
ribbon
cutting.
cutting ceremony.
It was then Princess Inc. with Let's Jump.
Is that what you showed me? Yeah.
that's the
Okay.
video.
So that's what we did. But now, and then from that, we've decided that the girls, if you pay attention to how the kids are nowadays, you see that a lot of the focus is always on the boys. Everybody always wants to make sure that the boys have sports and the boys can do all these things, but then they leave the girls to be idle. So what do the girls turn into?
Baby moms.
Baby moms. So the kids can play, the boys can play sports, football, basketball, soccer, and then you let the girls walk around and just
chase them.
and look at them.
Or fight in front of them.
In front of them, yeah.
For attention-seeking behavior.
Y'all will get into your little educator bag. Okay.
I haven't said
And that's
anything.
what happens. So, because we know that our girls need something to do, and because they don't know how to jump double dutch, and that's a pastime that we spend hours outside doing, we just decided that, all right, we're going to do double dutch ourselves. In the midst of that, though, we had our Let's Jump event. We got a lot of attention.
A lot
of attention. Like, we've had a couple, like, what is it, front page, like spreads and like the press and everything with a couple of our girls learning how to jump. We've had the press come out a few times to really talk about it and ask us questions about it, interview us. So after we had the Let's Jump event, it was very successful. A lot of people have seen our videos. We actually got connected with the queen of Double Dutch herself, Ms. Layla Little.
Layla Little, shout out to you, Layla.
Have you ever heard of the show on Lifetime called Jump?
I don't watch
No,
that.
Lifetime is a whole nother. Nah, I don't do Lifetime.
Here we go.
Okay,
here we
but go home and
Here we
ask your
go.
wife, because I bet you she does, and she may know. Honestly,
Go home and Google it tonight.
yeah, Google Layla Little,
Or go on YouTube.
and she is just do it right now, Kareem.
Yeah, I'm going because I'm
Go
petty.
ahead, go ahead, Abdul-Jabbar.
I'm so
We
petty.
don't want to leave you out.
I'm
We
so
don't
petty.
want
I'm
you-
going to figure out exactly what it is you're talking about.
So Layla reached out to us. Well, we were reaching out to her at the same time, and it was divine synchronization once again. So she is very, very, very heavy in the Double Dutch world. So we're having our Let's Jump event again, and
Yeah.
we're connecting with her because she has an annual Double Dutch tournament.
Shout out to IDDL, International Double Dutch League.
And Jump Kids
It's a
Health.
league?
Yeah, the International Double Dutch League. She's the founder and the president of the International Double Dutch League. She started her own Double Dutch company. She's been jumping Double Dutch professionally and competitively since she was like 7.
She's been retired since she was like 31.
She's from North. I was gonna say
Yeah, so for
Philly.
25 years, I mean, so she got a reality show out of it. She taught Dr. Oz how to jump rope, Michael Strahan, like she's official. And she connected with Atlantic City, and now when the North meets the South.
I got you. So plug that one more time. What's the date, the location? How can we get involved? Do people get involved in it?
So the date for our whole Double Dutch weekend is the weekend of June 8th, which is a Friday, but the competitions and everything will be happening on Saturday and Sunday. So on Saturday, June 9th, Princess Inc. will be hosting their second annual Let's Jump. So we'll be doing that, and then the competition part will start after our Let's Jump event is over.
Locations to be determined.
Locations to be determined.
Just let everybody know the weekend's gonna be lit.
Lit. We got teams coming from New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and even maybe as far as Japan.
Yep.
It's a free event for people to attend?
Yes.
Just to
Yeah.
come watch?
Yes.
Okay.
How can teams register? Can they just go to the webpage and register? Or?
She just put something up on social too.
I would say everybody's big on social media, so make sure that you're following Jump Kids and International Double Dutch League and Layla Little on Instagram and Facebook, and holler at her directly, or even Autumn and I, because we'll make sure she gets the message.
All right. So can we dive into the book real quick? What was the book about?
Books.
Well, books.
Yes.
Plural.
Racks on racks on
Racks, I
racks.
see.
Racks on racks on racks. Pages on pages on pages. Words on words on words.
Hey.
I'm sorry. y'all.
All right. I guess we'll talk about PAL. Princess Inc. Well, this is the thing. So Princess Inc. had already, Autumn and I, we had started doing Saturday, we call them Saturday lab sessions, where we were being extremely aggressive in just all the things that we wanted to do for Princess Inc. And so Autumn has been an avid reader and avid writer and always wanted to be a self-published author. And even though I read it, really wasn't a goal or a dream of mine. But, during the process when we were co-authoring PAL, which is Pearls of Wisdom, the guide to being the greatest you, that's what we co-wrote together. I mean, really under the tutelage and the inspiration of Autumn. We did that together, and we're going to use it. And it's a pocket guide. It's cute as a button. It's like everything. You can just drop it right in your purse. And so we're going to use that, too, as a part of the curriculum for Princess Inc. But then during that process, then my own book was kind of like birthed. Just because, again, we have nightly happy hours where, and when I say happy hours, I don't mean that we like in my house getting blasted. Like happy hours are like brainstorming sessions for real, maybe with a shot or two of Jameson, whatever. So I used to always be joking with Autumn saying, if only she'd listen, just kind of in retrospect, talking about different young ladies that we work with.
And even ourselves.
And so that's kind of like where my book came from. So then it was like, if I ever write a book, the title's going to be If Only She'd Listen. And so the whole title is If Only She'd Listen, The Afterthoughts of a Mentor. So we got 2 books popping. They both on Amazon. Cop them both.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, I got blondos.
They busy.
I
You
understand.
said that in the mic though.
I mean, so the people can know why I walked away, though.
This is real. This is the realest podcast we've had so far.
Is it?
Yeah, we had some interesting ones, but this is probably one of the realest ones. Because we keep bouncing back and forth, and I like the way we're flowing right now. So
That's interesting.
It's all natural.
So can I tell my pal story?
No.
That's too late. You called me a creep. All right, so here's the thing. Sorry.
Then this makes you even more creepier because you're still trying to tell the
Yeah, so
whole story.
I'm going to tell my story. So
Oh,
here's the thing.
so please. I'm going to pray for your strength in Christ.
So let's go back.
I don't know if Abdul-Jabbar.
I'm going to be me. So, all right, 2012. No, around 11. I guess when you guys first started, right? So we finished up a program at the PAL, right? So we're in there, and I still have like maybe 3 or 4 minutes left. Guys come in, got all this food, right? And I'm looking around like I'm looking at Doc. Exactly. I was bitter about that.
That's petty.
That is.
That's
So
petty.
I asked the question.
We didn't feed you. Did you help us carry anything in the room?
I was holding the doors. I asked, and I said, "You need some help?" Y'all was like, "No, we don't need no help." I said, "Oh."
You want to know why? And this is the honest to God truth. Whenever we were doing anything at PAL, the men would watch us walk in carrying, not the people who worked there, but like other men. It would be other groups that would leave, and they would see us carrying stuff, and they'd walk right past us. I remember asking a gentleman, "Excuse me, could you help me?" He looked at me like I was crazy and said, "No."
Yeah, that wasn't me.
That wasn't you.
Because again, like I said, I'm finishing up speaking. Right, you guys came in with all this food, so then we wrapped up. You guys were still bringing more. I'm like, where are they going with all this food?
We had like 30 girls that we were mentoring at that time. When we first started, we had 30 girls.
So this is how I got introduced to Princess Inc.
But you still was looking for us. You still checking for us though. So even as petty as you are, and you didn't get no chicken and rice that day, you still been looking for us.
That's messed up.
This man looking for y'all. Not hard to find.
Yes, correct.
We around.
No,
They looking and they watching, they lurking.
We around.
no.
They looking and they watching, they lurking. It's what they doing. They looking
And they watching.
and they lurking.
And they talking.
For real.
And they watching.
And watch
Some
it
more?
again.
Maybe they just learning.
Are they mad?
How mad?
Real mad. Big mad.
I do got to apologize to our listeners out there. I don't know what's up with this location, whether it's Kareem's cell phone or something. I know I'm getting some feedback here, but I'm trying the
Put your
best.
cell phone on the floor.
I don't know what it is, but
hope it ain't mine.
it's only here
Mine ain't
that I'm
even
getting
mine.
this. But
It's closer to his partner.
it's all good. You got any more questions on that phone, sir?
They tell me to move my phone.
Can't touch it, but
yeah, they tell me to
Let
move my
me
phone.
see. Let me see.
All right, who's the inspiration? Where did you guys get your inspiration from to doing this? Outside of
The notorious one.
Wait, where do we get what inspiration from to start Princess Inc? Or because our logo was inspired.
No, just in general,
by
outside of
Notorious B.I.G..
outside. What?
Our logo was inspired by Biggie. That's not a lie.
That's not a lie.
Show me. Show me.
what's the logo?
The notorious one.
Oh,
The album
Which
cover?
one?
do you know that picture of Biggie when he got the crown on and the chain and that black shirt?
In the-
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's where we got it from. That was our inspiration.
Yeah, you don't have this hanging in your living room, do you?
Not yet.
Not yet. It's gonna be in our office though.
It's coming.
It's coming. We got these really, really dope Biggie pins that we wear too. I usually wear mine on my lapel jacket that I wear to work. But we love Big Papa.
So what is your why? We ask people this all the
yeah.
time. Like, what is your why? And why do you do what you do? What drives you? I know you had those days where you don't feel like, everyone has those days you don't feel like doing something, but something keeps pushing you to that goal that you have. What is your why?
My why is I don't want anybody. I have knowledge, and I don't want to be a hoarder of knowledge. The whole point of it is to gain it and share it. So I can't know things and keep it to myself because then what benefit am I to the world? What benefit is that to anybody else?
It's true.
Yeah, I would. I guess my why would be at this point. Sometimes Autumn and I kind of say to ourselves, with us being so busy now, we can't even really imagine what life would be like not
doing
being these people and doing what we're doing now. So I guess my why is why not?
Why not?
Like, it's a good work. It's a good work. I like the fact that people like to be around us. It's a type of energy where we can engage and encourage young women.
Impressive.
I like the fact that even though us now being in our mid-30s, we are still extremely relevant even to the young girls we mentor. I like the fact that my daughter can see us interact with her and other young ladies, and young ladies, they come in sad but they leave smiling. And I just like the fact that it's like a love down. We're just treating the people the way we want to be treated.
Gotcha.
That's all we're doing.
Golden
Yeah,
rule.
we're just making the golden rule a whole lifestyle, and we're gonna do it regardless. We ask for collaboration and partnership and donations and corporate sponsorship, and we love all the support. God knows we love all the support, but to all the no's, and
We gonna do it anyway.
and the naysayers,
We gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
we finna do it anyway.
You guys got naysayers?
Please, if you ain't got no haters.
You ain't popping. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I I'm laughing because we go through the same thing here at the Empowerment Perspective.
We know you do.
What I mean, so it's just
Because whenever you bust a move, somebody's mad
at it, or they think it's not the right move that you should be making. And now I'll quote a Jay-Z line: everybody's a critic, and they want to tell you how to do it, but they never did it. So there's a lot of people that are out there saying that you should be moving a certain way, and they never did it themselves.
Yes, Jay-Z, please. I was just listening to Hov on the way over here. He said, all this watching. Oh, he's so. Please, I'm about to get off this pretty Indra Owens. Put a price on him. Let me chill.
No, so let's go on. So who outside of Jay and Big, who else you guys listening to? Your playlist? What you guys got?
My playlist right now?
Curtis Mayfield.
Please, and trap rap.
Trap.
I'm listening to all the Migos you could. Oh, please, I love Offset.
We like trap rap.
I love Offset. I love Migos.
That came out of left field. I wasn't expecting.
I'm listening to
Migos.
Curtis Mayfield.
Oh my God, I'm listening to all the trap rap that you can just
imagine.
Are you listening to it because you like it, or you listening to it just because?
I know the words and everything. I'm listening to it for real because it gets me so motivated. Rap music is the most motivational thing that you can listen to, besides the drugs and the guns. Take all of that out.
Okay.
Listen to the music and like the fortitude that they have when they're
perseverance.
The perseverance, the fortitude, the tenacity, the strength, the determination, the dedication. You selling weight or whatever that you're doing just to get out the projects to be something better. Yeah.
I completely feel you. And we're going to Orlando next weekend to speak on the hip hop generation, how to reach and teach the hip hop generation, and that's really the lane that we're coming from.
Trap rap.
You know,
put it on a beat so they can like make a little dance and hit you whatever you want. You know?
It's the trap rap. It's from like one spectrum to the other because it's like trap rap, and then we smooths it on down, and then we listen to a lot of Curtis Mayfield.
Curtis Mayfield.
Because then we want to listen to the Conception music too, because that continues to feed our love spirit. So we
Give
just
me your love.
So then we're like a savage. We want to go after our goals and our dreams and trap them, and then it's a love down. So we need the Curtis Mayfield.
We do.
Did you guys see
I'm about to.
Yeah, put some of that on, please. I'm sorry, y'all.
Because
this is when the show turns like
Something
left.
else.
we going left that.
Please.
He only get Demisa only got 6%.
Where's
It's
the,
all right. We can keep
where's
going
the incense,
once the
please?
video stops. So it's all good.
Where's the incense?
And the beat.
Oh my goodness! Did you guys see Black Panther? The movie Black Panther?
Wakanda forever.
We went together as a family.
You ain't do the John though.
We did it all.
Jeez.
What was your feelings about the movie?
It goes to
generally
show
speaking?
you how much black women we're there for everybody. That's what it is. Without the nurturing of a woman, you don't get too far.
I know I was extremely inspired when I left. When his team was
women.
Man, it did a whole something. It did a whole something for me because he trusted them. It wasn't even no questioning them
about it.
They held him smooth down, and I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
The sister that got me the most in that movie was the one that was
the general,
the one that was designing all that stuff.
His little sister.
Yeah, the little sister. So that was the one that I kind of resonated with because there's not a lot of, especially black women in the STEM-related fields. And for her to put it down that way, I was just like, yo, that's
she resonated with my 7-year-old too.
I'm about to take my daughter tomorrow, hopefully, to see that piece, and I'm not gonna say anything that's gonna let her do it. But the social commentary in the movie, I thought was dope. The only thing I didn't like at the end was that spaceship coming down at the end. They could have did that differently. They could have, when he landed in the hood at the end of the movie.
I thought that was a little corny, but that was the cinematic part.
I get it.
That was the cinematic part, and then they had to kind of still keep it relevant for all the people that was being like, "Oh, is this still in 2018? Is Wakanda a real place?" Because you had those people too.
Right. I even rode with the bad guy in the movie. Like I was like still on his side, so he really that bad.
He wasn't the
cousin.
He wasn't a true villain. It was just if you pay attention.
He was a bruised black boy.
That's it.
Period.
He had some cousin uncle daddy beef. Please.
He did. And it goes to show you what happens when people are taken out of their environment. He was never allowed the opportunity to be able to experience that type of lifestyle.
Yeah. He didn't see his mother love his dad. He didn't see his dad love his mother.
And he sure didn't get to go to Wakanda. Learn all that technology.
So you think yours is a little better?
Yeah, he's definitely better.
Just a little better.
Just a little better.
You
Not
think,
Patty.
You think he was petty? You think he was petty? Listen, I was going to let you. I was going to say that was my guy.
You gotta chill. We know.
That was my guy.
We know.
Listen, he was so.
Flames.
Listen, he was so petty.
Spirits.
Yes.
Spirits.
That's what they call them.
He said, "Listen, I'm going to take this title, which is the kingdom, and I'm going to open this up so everybody can get some help."
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Please play a little Curtis Mayfield.
I'm trying, baby. I'm trying. The church probably ain't got no Wi-Fi.
So let's stay with the
Yeah,
movie.
you're not connecting Wi-Fi. Then.
What's the last movie that got you choked up?
I don't even watch movies that much, except for the movies that I like. The only 5 that I watch.
Did it make you cry?
Purple Rain makes me cry every single time.
Purple
Rain.
I'm telling you. Every time.
What scene in Purple Rain?
When he's singing Purple Rain.
Wearing the blouse?
Yes. Because at that moment.
heels on?
Wait, hold on. Yeah, with the heels on. I love Prince, please.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't talk about Prince. Don't do
Don't
that.
do that.
It'll be a problem.
You cried at?
You being too petty, but not on Prince.
No.
I don't understand what part of that movie you cried on.
The part where he's singing Purple Rain, because you got to understand he was a bruised black boy. We get
Keep
back
going
to
back
these
to the bruised black boys.
bruised black men. So his father was abusive. His mother took the abuse. His father was abusive to him. He found himself going in that same cycle of abuse. But then he had to kind of like, it was a very deep movie. If you pay attention to Purple Rain, all the dialogue is through the music. It ain't no words.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I couldn't get past Apollonium, so I just kept rewinding. I'll be honest with you. I never really got to the end of the movie. I just keep rewinding.
Petty to a creep again.
Well,
So,
there's a million people.
Vacillate in between the two.
There's a million people just like me that won't get past
I would
Apollonium.
say the last movie that I probably watched where I got a little choked up on is actually one of my favorite movies is Deadpool.
Marvel Deadpool?
Yeah.
What part?
Why are y'all asking?
I take my hat off.
Why are y'all asking us for specific parts though?
Yeah, like,
Because I don't understand where you crying in that movie.
Are you kidding me?
he's serious.
Okay, so you know Deadpool and then the chick that he ends up marrying at the end, they both had a lot of issues,
Right.
And so you know it's like a love story where they loved each other unconditionally. Then you know the guy came and took all advantage of him on the nemesis side and dogged his face. So then him and now the girlfriend was separated. He's going out getting revenge, you know, of the people that dogged his face and all that. But I mean, it was a love story. He finds out at the end, the chick finds out at the end that it's him, then they still probably get married and all that, but it was a love story.
Now the phone just cut off. How does this work, Fuzz?
It's all right. I'm still recording here.
Okay.
Talk.
It's interesting. Wait a minute, so
Take your head off. Let your brain be free.
Excuse me.
So you turned an action movie into a love story?
It was.
I'm not the director, but I'm just saying it was a love story.
Okay.
Hey, I don't want no director
man.
credits. I'm just saying
I'm not the director.
That is crazy.
it was definitely a love
I'm
story.
struggling with that. I get the love story piece. I'm struggling with the emotional part. I'm missing that one.
Deadpool.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
It's very
I
interesting.
had to watch both of the movies.
You got to.
You gotta
Y'all
get
gonna be
to
busy this weekend after messing with us.
Purple Rain, Wendy. Okay, so Wendy and Lisa. Let's go. So which one played the guitar?
I haven't watched Purple
Lisa.
Rain in a long time.
Whatever.
All right, let's go with Lisa. Go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa.
Okay.
Whenever he kissed her on the cheek and then stepped over to the side and
That's
started
when you
strumming
lost
that guitar,
That's when you just opened up,
turn up start. I get a little right here in my chest, right here,
and that's when it
and
began.
then right here, and then once he hit that, that right there is on.
Wait, do that one more time.
I can't. It's like jazz. I can't repeat it.
I gotta put something on.
Rain and
my
Deadpool. I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah, that it gets emotional. It does.
Really into
Yeah,
it.
because they was expecting us to say like a little sappy girly movies.
Yeah,
That's
I
what's
ain't about to talk
happening.
about no love joke.
That's what's happening.
No.
At least talk about a movie that at least the concept was a love story.
But I just said I don't watch movies except for the 5 that I watch all the time.
Okay, what's the other 4?
Poetic Justice, Purple Rain,
American Gangster,
all the time.
That's a love story too.
Couldn't even see you crying in American
This is
Gangster before
$25,000
Deadpool.
Alpaca. You blocked that. Okay.
You know.
You
Okay.
wrote that to me, so.
Hey, Miz.
You're right. I will agree. I can understand.
This is $25,000 Alpaca, okay?
I can understand
I
that.
want the apartment.
Yes.
I'll take it.
In cash.
No loans.
No contingencies.
No loans.
All cash.
Okay.
No contingencies.
Listen,
You blocked it.
this is $25,000 Alpaca.
Okay.
Okay, well, I had to really learn
my
what
God.
alpaca was. I didn't know that alpaca are grown just for their fur.
Yeah.
And when I went to Martha's Vineyard a couple summers ago, it's a man who only has 2 alpaca on his grounds, but they calling it a farm because he has the 2 animals, and it's a tax write-off.
It's mean.
But they're beautiful.
That's that alpaca money.
I want alpaca
I'm
money.
gonna get to the alpaca.
Alpaca blessing.
That's a come up all day.
I want an alpaca blessing.
We need an alpaca blessing.
That's what you're gonna call our episode.
Alpaca.
This the alpaca episode right here. This the alpaca session.
Yeah.
With or without video.
I don't need no
Come
video.
on, come on,
We don't
8,000
need-
viewers.
What is it?
Yeah, funny.
We don't need no music. We don't need no music. Cause we ain't got no Wi-Fi. Cause we ain't got no Wi-Fi. I'm sure.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
a
so we
check.
got, okay, American Gangster. You cried the same scene or was it different?
Nah, I don't necessarily think that I cried in
I don't be
American
crying in
Gangster.
America.
But T.I., he was hurt. He was bruised.
But you asked me about the 5 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just trying to
What
get
do you
I'm
have?
just trying to get you.
So I got her 5. What do you have?
None.
No.
Deadpool.
Yeah, I mean, because I even got a movie room in the house, but that's been kind of out of commission, so I don't. Listen,
Yeah.
My kids kicked me out.
I'm enjoying the solitude.
Walter
I'm
Moon?
enjoying the solitude.
I didn't lose it, but they put a girls only sign in there. So
Yeah,
I,
like,
Oh, they kicked you
they
out?
trying
I'm
to kick
good.
me out.
I'm my own
standing
movie.
ground.
You your own movie.
I'm watching myself.
And I'm your co-star.
Like, that's what we doing. We creating our own movie.
I'm confused. What part of Love Jones was that tearjerker for you?
Please,
I
all
don't
of
even
it.
watch it. I don't watch it. I've seen Love Jones once.
You named it.
I know. I said
She
that
said
'cause
that's one of the ones
what
that-
you probably expected us to say.
Oh.
You know. I watched Love Jones once.
I can even see poetic justice at the end when the cousin got shot. I might have. I can see that. But Deadpool, I can't get past the Deadpool.
I don't think that was the scene that got them.
Oh, well, you know, a movie that used to be one of my favorites
Okay.
that I used to, when I did used to watch it, I used to cry was The Notebook.
Oh wow, yeah. And the Bridges of Madison County. Oh God, that Meryl Streep.
Okay.
But I mean, we going back
Don't
so
even-
far. Like, this
don't
ain't,
even- don't even.
yeah, this ain't like recent, so.
They ain't recent stuff.
I haven't seen the notebook.
You done ate 2 packs of Nollies already.
He did because he got a sweet tooth.
I like Nollies.
I do too. I thought that these were pineapple.
That's the
why I was
VAC
gonna mess
in
with
them.
That's the hood in them.
That's the cool to me.
That's the courts in them. I would agree.
We gonna wrap this
This was
episode up.
breakfast.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna wrap this episode up. Let's get another plug for your organization and some of the things that you got coming up. Plug the book and also where they can find you online and all that stuff.
Okay, this is Autumn Bennett from Princess Inc. and I'm with my partner Indra Owens from Princess Inc. Together
doing?
we have a beautiful, magnificent organization. We just started a second company called the Jubilee Jumping Company that'll focus on health and wellness, and we're using Double Dutch as the main focus. We are having our second annual Let's Jump event June the 9th. Location to be determined. It's in collaboration with Layla Little in the International Double Dutch League. We have written books. Indra has written her own. It's called If Only She'd Listened, Afterthoughts of a Mentor. And then we co-authored a book together called Pearls of Wisdom, The Guide to Being the Greatest You. Both books can be found on Amazon.com. Find It Not Robbery to Sow a Seed. All the money that we make does go back into the program.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Indra and Autumn Raising Princess.
Yes, follow us on social. We're on Instagram as Princess Inc. We're on Twitter as Pink and Pearls. We have a Facebook page that you can like, and that's Princess Inc. as well. Our website is www.princessinc.org. We are currently looking for donors for our newest community service event called Pack Your Purse.
Pack your purse, y'all.
We are looking to receive gently used handbags so that we can fill them up with items for homeless women, 600 homeless women and at-risk young ladies in the area, so we can give it to them filled with essentials that they'll need, especially since the weather is starting to get a little warmer.
Yep.
We're doing that the weekend of Mother's Day, which will be Saturday, May the 12th.
Yep, from 12 to 4.
We are looking for at least 10 children who need dental work for the Smile for a Lifetime campaign with Dr. Bray and the Braces Orthodontics. I sit on the board for that. So I am the conduit to get your child some free dental care, whether they need braces or surgery. in exchange for 40 hours of community service.
And I would say too, because we can't have all this work and no play. Anybody who likes the happy hour, and we all like the happy hour, holla at us. We're going to be selling tickets again. This is fundraising season. $10 tickets. We're doing a Royal Happy Hour at Ducktown Tavern, the 29th, right before spring break starts. Come on out with us. We've all been working really hard. We deserve a break.
From 1 to 5 at Ducktown. And we're also doing a Yankee Candle fundraiser. 40% of the proceeds come back to the organization. So that's how we will be putting our girls in double dutch uniforms and getting all the things that we need to continue growing this program. I think we hit the nails on the head.
Sweet.
That's it.
It was definitely a pleasure to have you ladies on the show. We had a lot of fun and celebrating. Happy birthday again to Princess.
Happy
Happy birthday, Princess!
Well, we can't have a birthday party without singing happy birthday.
Which one?
The Stevie version.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Mr. Spence, any last words before we get out of here?
Princess Inc. is phenomenal. I want to thank you guys for coming and celebrating your birthday with us.
Thank you for having us. This was a pleasure.
And thank you for our ice cream cake and all of our candy and all of the stuff that little kids be liking. You made everything princess for us. Kareem, you so nice. All this candy because you from the cool.
This is her being petty just for the king
I'm
of
being
petty.
petty for Bree.
I appreciate that. Because
he like petty.
Because he like petty.
I don't feel comfortable unless people around me are petty.
It's awesome.
Well, we don't feel
Demiso, yeah, everything.
And I'm praying your strength in Christ.
Well, I'm going to close this thing out with today's lessons. I'm going to call this is Alpaca, just like
This is the alpaca.
You got to blot it.
just like Frank Lucas was intentional in telling his worker to clean up that spot. You need to be intentional with your relationships, especially with your children, your family. Pay attention to them, spend time with them. Also be a model for them and understand that they are watching. The streets is watching, like Jay-Z says. Make sure that you are doing what you are supposed to be doing as a husband and wife. Or if you're a single parent, make sure that you are doing out there and holding it down, but understand that they are watching you. Be intentional on everything you do. Until the next time, we about to hit the road. I keep telling you this. It's about to be big around here, the empowerment perspective, so we're growing and growing. We appreciate you guys listening, and we'll catch you. Somebody has to say something.
We got one more plug.
Yes.
Princess Inc. is going to Atlanta.
Yes, it's expansion time. It's expansion time.
Expansion time.
Okay, so
Princess is going to Atlanta, so we're actually working with our person down there right now to find out what date will be best at the end of June to host Pack Your Purse in Atlanta as well.
I think we might be down in Atlanta then too.
Podcast?
Then we going. It's Princess Inc. in an empowerment perspective. We did.
In the A.
In the A.
Well, on that note, stay empowered, people.
Stay empowered.
Stay empowered.